All right, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Big Ball Holding Company. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2 to this video series, we started off with the unboxing the gun and going through the actual the gun from barrel to buttstock. In the second part of this video, we put some rounds through it to verify whether or not it actually ran in both modes, which would be the pump action and the semi-automatic action. And now I want to do a follow-up video or final video on this series or trilogy, because it's going to be 3. We're going to do a final video on this where we just do a quick takedown on it to kind of let you see what the components are. I'm going to try to figure out the best way to do this without, you know, give you the best angles on this. So I think I'm going to have to change the camera around. Maybe like this. Let's see if I can get it just to look down like that, and maybe bring about that far out, so at least I can see what I'm doing while I'm doing this. So we're going to do a quick takedown on this gun. Instruction manual pretty much gives you an idea of how to take this gun down. I want to get everything in frame, right? Not that hard. I am not going to go into disassembly of the bolt itself. It's in the instruction manual. So, you know what they say? Read the effing manual, RTFM, and you will figure this out. Take my gloves off because I need a little bit of dexterity here just to kind of show you what's going on. The first thing you're gonna have to do for this is, you probably can't see it from there, but there is, I'm gonna send this bolt forward. There is a little release lever right here on the front end of the bolt. When I press that, I can pull out the charging handle. And now with the charging handle out, that allows me to be able to fully take down the gun. I do like that because on the hot sun, some people have said that the hot sun over time, or maybe just because the detent wore out, it is held in with a detent where, you know, you can pull it out and put it back in or switch it to the other side. They said that they end up losing their charging handle because of that. This actually locks it in. It ain't coming out unless you press that little button right there. All right. Okay. So we're going to get that out of the way. And this gun comes apart really quickly. I mean, I'm surprised. It's a little bit hot, but I think I can work with it. All you got to do is release the magazine tube right here. Slide that off. The gun is already in semi-automatic mode, so you want to have it in semi-automatic mode. And once you have it in semi-automatic mode, all you have to do is pull it apart like that. Boom. 10 seconds. Whole gun's apart. And we'll do the other thing. We'll do it the reverse way to put it back together. All of the gun right now is cleanable because all I had to do was take that off and pull it apart. That's the easiest disassembly of any gun I ever seen in my freaking life. To get it apart, to clean it. It gets a little bit more complicated when you got to get into the bolt. You know, you got to do a lot of stuff in the bolt. If you got to do a lot, I'm going to stop looking back at the camera about it. If I got to do stuff in the bolt, it takes a little bit more time to get into the bolt, disassemble the bolt. There is a method to take this apart, which I haven't practiced yet. So until I get there where I want to, you know, get that apart, I'm just going to leave it alone until it gets super dirty. But I was trying to show you guys it is a rolling bolt. So you see that? Rolling bolt, blowback design. And it is stout, man. It feels really good. I mean, as far as this goes, this part of the gun feels good. It looks like it functions. It's got a nice heavy extractor on it. It grips that round and it yanks it out of there. And it's really good. As far as this part goes, you got your foregrip, aka pump, and it has this little rolling thing here. And the way that works, which I don't want to take that apart because the gun's not assembled. And I don't want this to come off because it will come off if I do it. When you twist this, it's spring loaded. It's going to align the notch with the slots, and then you can take the slide off. And if you had to, now you can wipe down that whole portion there. You can also clean up your chamber and everything, clean it all up, oil it all up, get it all cleaned up, wipe it down. Here is your receiver and your magazine tube and your recoil spring. Now this kind of works a little bit weird. I'm going to have to figure this out. I don't want to say it's weird, but it does work by the recoil spring. It's like captured between here and here. And then it has this little piece right here that works when you're running the pump, right? So yeah, this is how that works. The pump action, once you put it all together, that's your recoil spring and your pump action where the pump grabs onto to work the whole bolt. So that's how it works. Fit and finish, you know, I'm going to say this because I know a lot of you, I probably didn't say this in the beginning of the video, but a lot of you probably going to be turned off because of the current political issues and then the tariffs. This is a Chinese-made gun. It's a Chinese-made gun. It is imported by the company JST. Comes out of China. Says it right there on the receiver. let me see how you say it, Chong Wing Jiangxing Industries, imported by JST. And I'm going to say it, it's not high-end quality. Like, you know, it's not Benelli. It's not, you know, one of these guns that you're going to pay $1,000 for. But at this point, it runs. And I guess the thing that you would want, I guess we have to figure out is how long it's going to run without failure. The gun comes with a 1-year warranty. So with it for a year, you know, you got the opportunity to send it back and get a warranty repair, right? And a lot of you don't even put that much time on the range to probably even use that, right? So I run mine. I'm not a shotgunner. I run mine. Maybe I would say in a month, I'll come out here and run maybe 100 rounds to a shotgun. Maybe if that, right? So let's just say I don't run in a month. Let's say I'll run 50 rounds to a shotgun per month, right? So I'm probably going to put some rounds to this thing and figure out what the limitations of it are. A lot of you are going to take this thing and stick it in the closet, and that'll be it. And from what I can say from right now, gun seems to work. I've got to put more time on it, and you'll definitely see it in rotation, because right now this is just the initial introduction to the gun. But if this thing starts to have problems, you won't know about it. And because I am the budget guy and I didn't want to talk about price, you got to go look up the price of this thing, bro. This thing, if I didn't see it in one of my first other series, this gun comes in at a C note and a half for this version, and a C note and a quarter for the Sporting Clays version. It's a decent deal. So before I put this back together, what I am going to do is I'm going to clean it. So I'm not going to put it back together right now. I'm going to wipe it all down. That is one other thing, because it is, like I said, it's a Chinese made gun. It looks like when you buy like a cheap Chinese AK-47, right? You get like that cheap Chinese AK-47 type of quality. Like, you know, you got like, you know, rough fittings or finishes here. I can tell you that it was like wiped down with oil, but it must have been in storage for a while, because it had that like that oil where the oxidation may have started. Was starting to turn, like you see it right here. Let's see if I can show you. Like right there. If I can get that in there. Like right around that edge. It's probably too dark. You can see that the oil is starting to rub off the oxidation or rust, and it's mixing together, and it's causing that brownish looking oil in there. So I'm going to wipe this all down before I put it back together, give it a nice little coating, and put it back together. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to just keep it in rotation. So I think that's it. Let me get my handsome ass face back up here on the camera. I think that's it for this video series or trilogy. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as much as I can. I try to stay on top of all of my comments. And if you find this information to be, you know, something that you valued, do me a favor, share the video, maybe subscribe. My long format videos get like 50 views, and it's guys who are looking for stuff like this that I want to get this out to. So if you found this information to be enough information to help you make an informed purchase, please share this with your friends. Maybe like, maybe subscribe, maybe even hit that notification button for new stuff that's coming up, because I'm always looking for the deals. I'll talk later. And if I ain't looking for the deals, I'm giving you the deals. Again, remember, Big Ball Holding Company also is a business. Look it up online. Talk to you later. Peace.
Gunman, baby.